Ha ha ha. Hello my darling Dax. My name is Betty DeVille, the biggest lesbian in the universe and leader of the Barney Bunch, and today I will be going to the new Velma show on HBO Max. Now you may be scratching your clutch as to why in the hell I would want to touch that goddess-forsaken show, but hear me out on this one. You all remember Velma, right? That cute nerdy girl from Scooby-Doo, who is, or used to be depending in who you ask, a member of the Barney Bunch, and whom almost everybody simps over for some reason. Well, except Michael of Random, because he's too fucking occupied with simping over Android 21 like the massive stinky fuck nugget degenerate he is. Of course you do. Well, if you don't know, or if you have been living under a pile of dildos all of your life, or just flat out don't give a bloody tampon fuck at all, that same cute nerdy girl who keeps losing her glasses got her own show in Warner Brothers and HBO's own streaming service, HBO Max, which is intended as a brand new and mature take on the Scooby-Doo franchise, where they come to completely reverse all of the characters' races, except for Fred, who I don't give a flying left nipple about anyway, and totally fucked up everything about the characters and what made the Scooby-Doo series so special and memorable in the first place. In other words, it has just another shitty, mean-spirited adult cartoon with horrible jokes, as well as a general butchering of a beloved IP and popular brand for the sake of making a quick buck. And what's worse is that despite literally everyone hating this show, or the fact that Scooby-Doo himself is absent from it despite being a goddamn Scooby-Doo spin-off, this show is apparently getting a second season greenlit. Ain't that some bullshit? If you ask me, it absolutely does not deserve to get one. Literally nobody whose life holds a fraction of importance enjoys this show. Not even my fellow lesbians on Twitter and Tumblr, whom I assume this show was made for. That is, if any of them are even using those cesspools of social media platforms anyway, like this show. It sucks that much pussy, and definitely not in the swell way either. I know this may not seem like the best explanation I can give to you all, but that is literally the best way I can describe what this show is about. Now that I have given you all some context and the fourth wall has been completely eviscerated right out of the gate, it is up to yours truly to serve up some swell justice. By the way, in case you are wondering why Michael of Random is doing a Betty DeVille video rather than a Group Pickles video is because he thought that he'd perhaps do one involving me for a change. Plus, since the subject is about a female lead animated show, I doubt that Group Pickles would even want to unleash his swellness there. Well, except in the case that he would want to beat everyone involved with the show to death which is, cock, but even I honestly wouldn't blame him for doing that. Now in order to get to the Velma show, I will hop onto my personal computer and go to any of the free streaming websites such as Watch Cartoon Online, because there is no way in fucking hell I am giving Warner Brothers or HBO a single shred of my money to watch their garbage cartoon, and I will search for Velma. Then having found it, I will click on the first episode. As I am doing this, I will also open up another tab and search up some swell pictures of Velma, one of which being her all dummy thick and juicy, and sitting on some random person's face, and I will then masturbate to the image like oh man, that person in the image is so fucking lucky right now. I hope you are eating up that ass real good, because I know I'd love to eat up that ass. But if the person Velma is sitting on is actually a man, then I will smack that bastard to death with my tits. Oh yes Velma, smother me with your big fat musky ass. I hope I don't get a virus from the streaming website I am using. Oh shit, it looks like I am already getting a virus. And it's called Velma on HBO Max. It's just like the time I went to the emoji movie all over again. Wait, is that even canon to Michael of Random's universe? Who fucking cares? To those who are wondering, this image of Velma was made by a very swell artist named Daisy Pink 71, who does very swell kinky and cute art. By the way, shoutouts to Daisy Pink 71. Michael of Random will admit that he does not find Velma sexy like everyone else, but he will admit that Velma does look hot having all this junk in the trunk here. Plus it's based on her Mystery Incorporated. version, which he will admit is the best version of Velma. At least it's better than Smellman, of whom I will be referring to this shitty new Velma as expected. Michael of Random does not find Velma hotter than Android 21. But if you are a long subscriber or follower of Michael of Random, or even one of his friends, you probably already know that by now he is so fucking obsessed with Android 21. Okay, I am running out of things to say, so I am just gonna come like bag that last swallow. After coming all over my monitor, a portal will then open on the screen and then I will jump into said portal like jump. Don't try this at home, kiddies. Jump. And then I will have finally arrived inside the Smellman show outside of the high school of which the show takes place at. Upon getting my bearings to my new surroundings, I will see that there is a long-ass fucking line that consists of high school students and teachers of all of the swell colors of the swell race rainbows, such as African Americans, Asians, Indians, Hebrews, Punjabis, and some equally swell other kinds that I am too lazy to list. And because it is a speak-only video, let's not forget about the Mexicans. So after waiting for what feels like the time it takes for people to stop making stupid fucking and god-awful videos about Sonic Underground, a cartoon that came out 24 fucking years ago, I will grow very impatient and gear myself up to rape all of the females and smack all the men to death. However, just before I can start doing that, I will notice a black limo drive up to the school out of nowhere. Fred Jones will then step out from the limo and will immediately start to bitch, whine, scream and complain like some autistic man-child who can't even cut his own food. So I will shut his mouth by smacking him to death with my tits like smack. Oh my god, will you shut the fuck up, you annoying little bitch. Smack. You are even worse than Fred in the main series. Smack. For the record, Michael of Random does sensei Fred, in case you were wondering. Smack. He is actually very indifferent with the Mystery Incorporated gang. Smack. I hate men because I am gay. Smack. And like the show is writers who hate men because they be a bunch of stupid female Nazis who want all men to be exterminated. Smack. You will not be complaining like the spoiled rich piece of shit anymore, because you are gonna die, you fucking cow. Smack. And then I will finish the job with a new power that I learned, in which I smack Fred's prepubescent face with my tits so goddamn hard by spinning them in a helicopter motion that I literally knock his fucking head clean off like smack. Bag that last swallow. Fred's severed head will then bounce and roll all across the floor, which will cause all of the students and teachers in the vicinity to panic and start running away screaming. But as you very well know, no one can escape the wrath of Betty DeVille, as I pounce on all of the female students and teachers and rape all of them by fingering and licking their pussies and shoving dildos up them, as well as their assholes, and fondling their tits, except for the men whom I will beat to death with my dual-wielded titties, and the swell process will sound something like Yes, I am well aware that the students in this show are all 15 years of age. Not like the show writers really cared about that when they made that school locker room scene in the first episode of this show. This is just a stupid speak-only video, so please don't take all of this so seriously. Michael of Random is 100% against pedophilia and does not support it in the fucking slightest. Seriously, if you really think that he is endorsing pedophilia because of this, then you are the true definition of a sick fuck. I think you should probably seek some mental help if you take speak-only videos seriously. This scene is gonna be brief, because I don't want to spend almost a good chunk of the video raping and killing random people that aren't the iconic Scooby-Doo cast. Or at least what's left of them, using the shattered fragments of the fourth wall as dildo shite. I almost forgot there are males in this line. I must kill them by smacking them with my tits. Smack, 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 smack. Here we go again. Smack, 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 smack. This video is so motherfucking random. Smack, 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 smack. I would probably be in jail if this was real. Smack, 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 smack. And then all of the males' heads get blown off just like Fred's. Like smack, 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 smack. Now back to fucking the sexy females. Seriously, who the fuck makes a series of videos about a cartoon that is said even relevant today? Cough cough tamers 1 2 3 4 5 cough cough. It's okay whether or not you like a cartoon, but to go on in about it just seems like a waste of time. Plus it gets really annoying. Not to mention that Tamers 1 2 3 4 5 is just yet another annoying autistic spurg lord like a good majority of the Sonic fandom. For the record, Michael of Random is actually one of the actual nice and decent Sonic fans, and he does date Sonic Underground either. In fact, he actually quite likes Sonya and Manic, and he actually kind of wishes they could be canon in the main Sonic series. Also, for the record, Michael of Random himself is also autistic, but at least he does not do stupid shit like a good majority of autistic people. Holy shit, that got very off topic. I need to finish raping all these bitches in this line. Especially licking time. Now have a taste of mine. Here comes a few gallons of my cum. Meg, that was swelling graphically violent. Now that the line has been thoroughly violated, I will finally make my way into the school to finish off the rest of these Mystery Incorporated imposters. I will start walking around the school like walk 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 walk. So far I have found no one. Walk 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 walk. This is what the entire show's audience looks like. Walk 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 walk. Oh man, did I really rape everybody in the school? Walk 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 walk. Oh wait, I think I see someone, and it is none other than this show's rendition of Shaggy, who for some reason they decided to just call Nordal, which is actually Shaggy's real name. Jesus H. Christ, why does he look like an ugly ass NFT? Nordal will then ask what I am doing here, and I will reply I am here to unleash my swellness and serve some swell justice against this shitty cartoon by killing and raping everyone in this establishment, especially your gay ass best friend Smellman. And I am going to start with you, you disgusting male pig. Nordal will then say, well lady, you need to chill the fuck out. Why don't you take a nice puff of some weed that I have in my bag? That should help you calm down. Oh shit, I forgot. The show writers made it expressly clear that I hate drugs, because the stoner stereotype people portray me, as is apparently overdone now, plus it would make people get pissed off due to the fact that I am also African American now. God damn it. Actually, you know what? I think I would prefer to be dead. Velma recently ignored my advances and my heartfelt love confession to go be with that lesbo skank whore Daphne. This will surprise me greatly, so I will say holy shit, you really are a wimpy beta bitch boy in this show, aren't you? In the other hand, thank goodness that Velma and Daphne are still munching dicks. Maybe I can at least try and fuck some sense into them both, when I find them and make them see the error of their ways. After which I will thank this troubled young teen boy and walk away to go find them. Tamata, just kidding. I will put this lame imitation of Shaggy out of his misery by giving him a merciful decapitation with my tits like... Egg, that was surprisingly nice of me all things considered. After dealing with Nordal, I will then make my way further into the school, and then I will come across this show's version of Daphne, who is an Asian American woman. As you can see, despite sort of looking like a reject from Total Drama, she at least doesn't look nearly as bad as everyone else. She actually looks like Daphne. Looks aside, she is still a lesbian just like me, which is perfect for what I plan to do to her. Ha ha ha. However, while I am distracted in undressing her with my eyes, she will attempt to commit petty theft from me. She will not only try to pull my purse out from my pants pocket, but she will also try to make off with my special travel-sized dildos that I use in my orgies on the go. The mere sight of Daphne holding my dildos will get me so pissed off that I will start to scream. Someone has attempted to steal the dildos. 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 That's why I like this. Daphne will then give me a strange look and say, madam, are you okay? What are you even doing here anyway? I will tell her the exact same thing I said to Shaggy Nordal, which is that I intend to right the wrong that is this TV show's existence by unleashing the wrath of my swellness upon it. She will look at me very confused and ask, what the fuck are you talking about? And I will say, come on, you know where I am getting at. You are a carpet cleaning, clitty twisting, homo gay motherfucker just like me. Yeah, that's right, I know you are a lesbian, and that Velma is your girlfriend, and being that we are both really gay, you should have no problem in joining me in fucking some goddamn swell sense into her. Naturally, her dog will drop upon hearing all of this, and she will shout, holy fucking shit, you are psychotic. Why the fuck would I ever want to rape Velma? Sure, she might be a huge bitch who needs some major correction, but there is no way in hell that I would have a three-way with your ugly old middle-aged ass. As a matter of fact, I am going to call Velma right now to warn her about what you intend to do to her, you sick fuck. Her rejection will not surprise me that much, but because she intends to stand in my way, I will have no choice but to deliver a sound smack across her face with my meaty ass titties to knock her to the floor, pull down her tight-fitting pants and saying my iconic catchphrase, I will show you the true definition of a sick fuck, and then get straight to the sexual violence like, I am afraid I can't let you do that, Daphne. You could have prevented this. You could have chosen to join the swell side and become a powerful ally. Now you are going to become my personal gimp bitch. Smothering her with my ass cheeks like tastes like White Castle hamburgers. Whoops, I think I knocked her out cold. Oh well. Using various college class supplies, Daphne's drug stash, things that Daphne has stolen, and Daphne's knocked out body, has killed the soul. What Daphne actually makes for a swell dildo. At least she has a use outside of being a typical cheerleader bitch that disgusting men can oogle over. Back to the fuckery. And to think you're really going to miss out on the ultimate swell treat of getting a Vietnamese carousel from Smellman. Don't look up the meaning of that one, kiddies. I will admit, this Daphne is syntax hot as the original, and Michael of Random also agrees with me in that statement. He thinks Daphne is hot, but of fucking course, not as hot as Android 21. Say it with me, everybody. Michael of Random is so goddamn motherfucking obsessed with Android 21. Now munch in my carpet like shit. I think someone is going to barge in, so it's time for a quickie cum blast all over Daphne's whore face like bag that last swallow. At this point, Smellman herself will come in the room after having heard all of the owing and moaning and spludging noises and really ask what the fuck is going on here. I will point my finger at her and say, it's you. I finally found you. She will cut her brow at me before saying, oh my various Hindu gods, who the fuck is this crispy old white bitch? Judging by the color of your skin and the blood covering your clothing, or mostly by the color of your skin, I determine that you are the reason why the whole school is covered in raped and murdered people. Is that right? To which I will smile and proudly state that I am, sweet cheeks. Congratulations on solving another mystery. At this point, she will notice that her girlfriend Daphne is laying on the floor naked and passed out from the brutal raping I gave her about a minute ago, and she will get super pissed off and yell, what the fuck? 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 You seriously raped my girlfriend too. On top of all of this, I can forgive the killing and raping of at least some of the people that come to the school, because they probably deserved it, but this is just too far. I am gonna call Daphne's lesbian cop mom on you to have you arrested, after which I will write a blog post about you and get you cancelled in Twitter.com. This notion will make me bust a gut laughing my ass off like fa 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 fa. Is that seriously the best you can do to threaten me? Call the cops, who are also lesbians. I will make shorter work of them than I did with your little red-haired cutie here. I fucking dare you to reach for your smartphone and call for help. Naturally she will drop her little bravado act, as she becomes really scared and tries to run away to call the authorities, but using one of my trusty travel-sized dildos, I will toss it at her like a shuriken, which will both knock the phone out of her hand and impale it against the wall. With nowhere else left to run or hide, I will tower over her, as she starts to have a panic attack. Seeing the raw fear in her eyes will make me extremely fucking horny, so I will waste no time putting on my extra long rib strap-on, lubing it up in super spicy chili oil, and jumping on top of her to give her the most brutal fucking of her entire life like. Why did you think that calling the cops would be a good idea? I thought you were the type of person who thinks that all cops are bastards. Well, perhaps that point is true, so long as the cops are male. I love me a woman in uniform. Daphne's lesbian cop moms seem like my kind of ladies. It's too bad they are stuck in this failed abortion of a TV show. Using your glasses, the remains of your phone, and your shitty general attitude has killed us all. Yes, I am using an intangible concept as a dildo. What about it? And now we return to your regularly scheduled fucking. This is for acting up like some stuck-up motherfucker for no reason. You know damn well that you are better than this. Chastising you while I tear up that tight cornhole. Spank my ass and call me your sexy sugar mommy bitch. Maybe this will learn you some goddess damn manners. You are gonna be feeling this one for weeks. If it does send outright kill you, not that I care that you die, because you are not even the real Velma. To me anyway. A part of me wishes that I invited some of the Barney Bunch along with me. But then that would mean having to subject them to this flaming shit pile I was showing, risking them contracting almost every goddess foreskin, no, I mean goddess forsaken disease on the planet. And that wouldn't be very swell at all. Now it's time to clean that filthy mouth of yours with some good old-fashioned now for the grand finale. Bag that last swell. All of a sudden, Mindy Kaling will step out of her office and really ask what the fuck is going on here. And I will say, what in the goddess damn fuck? How in the hell did you even get inside of your own garbage cell? And why do you also have an office that's conveniently placed right here? And she will reply by saying that doesn't really matter right now. What I want to know is, why are you, some irrelevant, white, old relic from the 90s, invading my awesome, expectation-subverting television show loved by millions to rape and kill everyone in sight? I will look at her with an air of disbelief at the audacity of this bitch, before I take a long, deep breath and say, "Now listen here, you repugnant skank-twat bitch. I will tell you exactly why the fuck I am here raping and killing everyone in sight. It's because your show is genuinely the worst attempt at an adult twist on Scooby-Doo since the first live-action movie in 2002. I would rather go watch that than to ever watch another second of whatever the hell this piece of cum-crust-covered garbage is. Hell, your show is rated so poorly that you somehow managed to topple Dragon Ball Evolution from its throne of horrible dog-shit adaptations on IMDb. Dragon Ball fucking Evolution. That in itself would be impressive if and everyone who has had their eyes burned from watching your shitty-ass show weren't so pissed off. You know what? What you have done to my darling dyke Velma is so unforgivable that I am not just going to rape you, but I am going to ensure that the process is not swell at all, at least, for you anyway. By the time it's over, assuming you are not dead by the end of it, you are going to know what it means to truly suffer for your art. You will understand what it means to undergo hell on earth. You are going to know firsthand what the true definition of a sick fuck really is.
Now get ready for the most brutal, most intense, and most unswell lesson of your life that, after I am done with you, you won't get any control over your bowels for a lifetime, assuming that you are not dead after this. At least be glad that you will no longer be virgin. Now get over here.
After which I will whip out a pair of black metal spiked double dildos that were sharpened in the tits of Lara Croft's original PlayStation 1 model, while screaming a bloody battle cry, as I pounce upon her, tear off her clothes with my fucking teeth, and lay into her with all of my fury like detailing. More like Mandy Cowfling. This is what you get for being the creator of something so god awful. Seriously, I don't know whether to be impressed or pissed off at how badly you screwed up on this one. I am going to choose to be pissed off. You basically just self-inserted yourself as an already existing and well-beloved character and thought you could get away with it. I am practicing some new karate moves on your asshole. And pussy fist of the North Star motherfucker. How the hell did this crap get renewed for a second season anyway? I have a feeling it might have to do with contractual obligations rather than the show's popularity. I think that should be entirely obvious by now. Racism is totally okay if it's done only towards white people. How the fuck did Warner Brothers allow this piece of shit show to be made? Was this pile of fecal matter really worth losing Henry Cavill as Superman for? Sorry for breaking out of character for a brief moment, but Michael of Random just wanted to address that. Seriously, don't you think it's strange how after Henry Cavill left the role of Superman even after that mid-credits scene in Black Adam, HBO released this pile of Tyrannosaurus Rex shit? I know that wasn't the real reason why Henry Cavill left, but I am just pointing that out here. Warner Brothers is a shitty company. Warner Brothers make the current state of Disney seem decent and civil in comparison. And if he is being honest, Michael of Random has never seen the new Velma show. He saw some reviews of it and he still thinks it's fucking awful. I genuinely thought that She-Hulk, Attorney at Law in Disney Plus was the worst butchering of a beloved character. And detailing in this garbage show makes She-Hulk and its writers seem decent and civil in comparison. Sticking my left foot in your mouth, my right foot in your ass, and giving you a Nicaraguan crab sandwich. That was a fun reference to the most offensive videos version of Charlie Brown right there. Godspeed, wherever the makers of those videos are now. Whoops, there goes the fourth wall again. Stabbing and sodomizing you at the same time. Stab using all of this fresh blood as loop. I think she's probably dead by now. No wait, she is still alive, so I get to rape her a little bit more. Mindy, you are full of shit. Literally. As I am fucking your ass, I can see little chunks of shit inside it. You can't see rainbows in mine, because I am very big. Okay, I think this has been drawn out long enough, so it is time to finish things off with a head-crushing cum blast. Bag, that last swallow. When I finally come to my senses, there will be a massive crater in the ground, where Mindy Kaling once was, which is filled with cum and blood and shit and piss and puke and bone fragments and pubes, and only then will I know that true justice has been served this day. With my mission a resounding success, I will then jump back into the portal I used to get here, and I will return back to my world, where I will then be greeted by Michael of Random and the Real Mystery Incorporated gang, as well as Scooby-Doo, who unlike in the Smellman show is present. Michael of Random and Velma will come up to me and ask did that imposter, and the hacks involved with that dreadful show, get hit with karma. I will see you bet your goddamn asses they got hit with karma. And then me, Michael of Random and the Mystery Incorporated gang, along with Scooby-Doo, who again unlike in the Smellman show was left out of, will all cheer like hey woot. And then I will invite Daphne and Velma to partake in a super swell gay lesbian orgy with me to celebrate, but not before I check into the nearest oncologist to get a round of screenings for any tumors I may have picked up during my travels, because that show is guaranteed to possibly give you cancer, if you ever watched it. Well, there you have it, my darling Max. With that talentless bitchman detailing now dead, and the real Velma's dignity fully restored, the world can rest easy knowing that Smellman will never darken our doorways or TV screens ever again. At least in this universe. Ha ha ha. I am also probably going to be 70 pounds lighter after this. Spoiler alert, I survived the cancer treatment due to the amount of STDs I probably have. See you later, you swell muff munching nipple twisting lesbos. Oh, and one more thing, if you think this video is real or take everything in this video seriously, then guess what? You really are the true definition of a sick fuck.
The moral of the story is never let stupid SJWs to write for your shows based on your well-beloved and iconic IPs. If the SJW writer you hired barely gives a fuck about the IP that your show is based on, actually hire people who really do give a fuck about your brands and just want to write good stories instead of just pushing their political beliefs and agendas down everyone's throats and tarnishing the good name of your franchise. So, if any SJWs try to get into your studio or corporation and ask to write a brand new take on your property, be sure to tell them to fuck off and let you be. Also, a big special thanks and shoutouts to the Swell Observer for helping me write this video.
You are very welcome, Michael of Random. The other moral of this story is to never use toothpicks as a substitute for cotton swabs for when you clean out your urethra. Not only is it a stupid idea and just flat out painful, but you will get so many splinters in your boner that the quaker queer would feel envious of it. See you later, you homoerotic sons of bitches.